Bono Huis is on pole position, looking for his 4th consecutive race victory. Kevin Siggy, second in the championship, lines up alongside with an all-burst second row of the grid. We're underway at the Brickyard, and it is a great launch, it seems, from Kevin Siggy, who's got straight into the slipstream of Bono Huis. They've left the burst drivers at bay, and on that run down into the first corner, Kevin Siggy's gone to the outside. Bono Huis holding the inside, and he's gone straight on. Mercedes are absolutely out of here, and Kevin Siggy coming through to take the race lead. As are the 2 burst drivers, it is chaos for Bono Huis. Jajovski diving it through here as well, and it is backwards for Huis. Kevin Siggy is running away right now, and this is big for the teams championships. We're seeing a bit of side-by-side further down the order. Valeriano and Kasper Stolt, so there's a little bit of contact. Coming into the pit lane, Alex Sewell and Manuel Biancalilla.
Yeah, it seems like they got a bit of damage, because that's definitely not the pit window you normally want to be in.
Jajovski, the Macedonian, to the inside of the Slovenian on that run into turn 1, and Simončič doesn't fight it. There's a bit of contact with Pajic.
Yeah, that gets really tight here.
And Jajovski, they fought for 2 championships in GT Pro. There's the dive to the inside from Bono Huis, up into 3rd position, and Simončič is trying to get one back on him, but the Slovenian not able to do so. Lets the Dutchman go. Bono Huis has, let's take a look at this replay as we ride on board with Bono. It's just a send to the inside. I mean,
make sure that Kevin Siggy knows he's not quick enough to really stay the leader, unless he's great at defending. That's Rietveld against Michi Hoyer. A nice pass here. Jajovski, same looking car, different driver. Look how Jajovski is charging onto Kevin Siggy around the outside now. Kevin Siggy was trying to defend the inside. Whoa. Might have the upper end going to the next one. Jajovski nearly losing the rear there. Got lucky to catch the car again. And
of Fiducci as well. Here comes Hoyer to the inside of turn 1, diving it down there. And one lap, they switch. The next lap, they might well be switching again. Fiducci able to keep Capita at bay. Hoyer able to get by. Oh, Jajovski's round. Sorry, I know we're not coming back to this, but Jajovski is round. What has happened to Jajovski?
And he's fighting now with Simončič. It's now once again following. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Oh, too deep.
Oh yeah, he was too quick onto Kevin Siggy, and then afraid they will touch the rear and then spawn out on the exit.
As Toman, this looks like a done deal. Slam dunk move from Jiri Toman to the inside on that run into turn 1. And for Jajovski, this is going from bad to worse, and potentially even more so.
Varga Sim Racing, by the way, currently in 4th position. Obviously, Simončič spinning around all on his own, losing control here.
Looking backwards from Rietveld. Fiducci, the Italian, diving it to the inside, looking for a top 5. Welcome to Formula Pro, Gianmarco Fiducci. He's trying to get inside the top 5. He's going to complete the move on the Team Redline driver, and Risto Capit's knocking at the door now, and he's instantly going for it. That's a mistake, and Rietveld's round.
Oh, horrible there. That move wasn't really on. It was a bit late there to dive up the inside, and what I wanted to say in terms of standings, it's the worst that could happen to Kevin Siggy. I mean, he's currently leading the race, but his teammate is nowhere near the top 3 currently to really reel in the big points. And it's not getting any better. There's a car going off. So
Jajovski cops a pretty big whack through the middle of this. So hard on the brakes there, and Jajovski coming in like a ton of bricks. Not really a good place, and obviously went straight into the wall. We've got Michele D'Alessandro and Stefanko going side by side a bit further down the order as they drop down a position. Jajovski, bit of a mistake, and there goes another position. Not a good day for the 2-time GT Pro champion.
The stretch, and Siggy once again covering the inside line. Bono Huis sending to the outside. Let's see if both are actually on the brakes. That's a chance for the crossover. They're basically the same mistake Bono Huis did in lap 1, turn 1.
Fantastic stuff. I mean, just a little bit of a mistake as Fiducci's under pressure from Simončič, who's got to the inside at T1. There might be a little bit of a brush. Nope, they do manage to get through there nicely. And you can see that Simončič, he's done a move into T1, courtesy of the mistake from the Team Redline driver, makes the move, going down on the back straightaway and up back into 6th position as Fiducci's trying to make something stick going through the S's section. Well, that one's not really going to work. And
fight once again, but here we see the same fights over and over again as Risto Capit goes for Jeffrey Rietveld now into turn 1. That should be fairly simple for him, if I'm not mistaken, if he's early enough on the brakes. And no, nearly a switchback there from Rietveld. Wasn't enough, but there's Nuno Pinto going off.
So let's see what happens here between Fiducci. It's quite tight there. Oh, I'm not necessarily sure if there was space given or if there just wasn't really an overlap, or, well, probably the best angle is to see it from on board Jeffrey Rietveld. Let's take a look. So turn one, complete, out quite wide. I'd say, respectfully, probably wasn't enough room given there, and
there should be enough. He's really close. Look at that. Indianapolis given a long stretch for him to make that move, and then you really have to be precise on the braking, otherwise you lose that position. But that was perfectly executed.
It's been particularly great. Lap traffic, though, causing an issue for Bono Huis. That one was Jordi's Veers.
Although he's a good driver, his teammate Gianmarco Fiducci next to, I think that's Jan van der Heide.
Yeah.
Late on the brakes.
Let's take a look at this 3 wide. So you can see Fiducci in a little bit too deep there, and Jan van der Heide is going for the cutback and trying to pick up all the positions. And I mean,
but he's now not as quick anymore. Wasn't he tapped a back marker. Yeah, that's it. Can we have more rain races but with a blue sky?
I think that might.
Oh
no!
He used it. Oh, don't tell me he got back on the track and
and
got Kevin Siggy.
Oh no, Ibra.
See which replay we get. That is the Kevin Siggy replay. Is that onto Yuri Tillman and Dennis Jordan? Wow, Tillman went in there with a Tokyo drift.
Let's take a look on board onto the grass. Just understeer kicked in, straight out onto the grass, and Jajovski. You can see a little bit of back markering in the way. That one might be Valeriano. I'm not really sure which one of the Musto GD Esports cars it was. And he's finished 15th in the previous 2 races, but did start out the season at Spa with a top 5 in 5th place. And you can see there, just getting back through. Very, very nice indeed.
Going to back onto Rietveld, that's for sure. Fiducci against D'Alessandro. Fiducci on the outside, they definitely touch. There's a Williams Esports car just coming through here. Look at Petar Bielak just making it his own move, trying to get involved.
Be pretty harsh, as Bielak's going to get the move on D'Alessandro into T1, although I'm not 100% sure if it'll be fully completed by the time they've slammed onto the brakes. D'Alessandro going for the cutback with BS competition on Williams around the outside at turn 2, maybe making that one stick. The answer to the question is no. But here at the Brickyard, Bono Huis is going to make it 4 from 4, total domination. He dropped back in the early stages, but the Dutchman was not to be denied today. It's Huis on top from Simončič across the line in second for his first podium of the season, and Kevin Siggy keeps up his 100% ratio of jumping onto the roster. Michi Hoyer with a fantastic drive to 4th place, and then this battle, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, as you've got there the dive from Varga Sim Racing of Yuri Toman to the inside of Dennis Jordan, makes that one stick, opposite lot collected by Marcel Chinchik. Toman out wide again, Dennis Jordan back through, and Varga's going to have a drag race to the line.
Before crossing the line, here's the big winner. That is the replay of Marcel Chinchik. That was his teammate Yuri Tillman making the move onto Dennis Jordan. Oh, he lost the rear.
Bono Huis takes his 4th consecutive race victory in the Formula Pro Series, powered by TraxionGG. But Jone Simončič joins him on the podium with Kevin Siggy up there for yet another time. Michi Hoyer, a fantastic race up into 4th position. And then we had that tight fight behind.
Team Redline now leading the championship here in the rFactor 2 Formula Pro Series, powered by TraxionGG, in front of Mercedes AMG Petronas Esports team.
In the driver standings, it is Bono Huis leading by a country mile. But 4 consecutive podiums from Kevin Siggy keeps him involved in the mix, and there are plenty of results in that in sim racing and motorsport, where drivers just finished on the podium consistently, and one mistake is all it takes to unravel the championship. And when you go to a track like Zandvoort, which is up next, which is an incredibly difficult venue. I mean, imagine if it's wet there. Whew, we are in for an interesting one. It's a hard track regardless. Very, very difficult to keep consistent on, obviously with the banking and such that we have there.